Hello dear students, welcome to the English session. In our session today, we are going to talk about how to write a narrative paragraph. Let us take a look at this picture. Imagine that you are walking alone in a park. You hear the sound of some footsteps. You turn around and find that there is nobody at your back. Imagine this situation and develop it into a story. This is actually a narrative paragraph. Now, what do we mean by a narrative paragraph? A narrative paragraph tells us a story, real or fictional, by introducing a topic, giving more details about the topic, and then ending with a reflection or transition into another paragraph. Let us talk about the elements of a narrative paragraph. The elements of a narrative paragraph start with the most important element, and that is the central idea, what the story or the event is about, and the characters who all are there in your story. Then comes the plot. The plot consists of the conflict, the complications, the climax, and finally the resolution. There should be adequate description. It helps the readers to see and feel what you want to make them see or feel. Then the setting, when and where the story takes place. Let us talk about the structure of a narrative paragraph. It looks like this. There is a topic sentence, which is the introduction. It sets the scene. Then the supporting details are there, where all the action and the emotions take place. And the conclusion, which might consist of a twist and then wrap up. Now, when we write a narrative paragraph, it looks something like this. There is a topic sentence which might be of just 1 to 2 sentences. Then the background information is there. We start the story, start developing it in 2 to 4 sentences. Then there is conflict, which might take 3 to 5 sentences. Then the resolution is there, and finally the conclusion, which might be of 1 to 2 sentences. Let us try to understand it better with the help of an example. And we are going to read a narrative paragraph. The title of this narrative paragraph is My Worst Trip. My experiences at Miami Airport and during the flight to Chicago on September 29, 2007 were terrible because I could not understand English. I came from Mexico, and that was my first connecting trip out of my own country. After a long flight from my native country, I arrived at Miami Airport. I had been so excited walking in an American airport until a uniformed officer asked me something in English. I felt nervous because I did not speak English and did not know how to answer her questions. I just shook my head. I was not walking excitedly anymore because I realized that I did not speak the language. I already began to miss my own country. Suddenly, I looked at my watch and it said 12:30 p.m. I was so hungry that I needed to eat something. I had not eaten much on my first flight. I went to a small restaurant in the airport, looked at the pictures of the menu on the screen, and decided to have a Coke and a sandwich. I could not see clearly or read what kind of sandwich that was, but it looked scrumptious. I was just going to point to the picture and tell the waiter what I wanted. He came and spoke fast. Because I did not understand, I felt I had to say okay. Well, he gave me a different meal and it cost me almost $20. This situation was awful. I ate the meal in sad silence. I could not tell what it tasted like because I was tired and upset. Finally, I got on my flight to Chicago in the evening. On the plane, I wanted to drink water, but I did not know how to ask for it. I just stayed in my seat quietly and felt despondent. In the end, I met my family at the airport in Chicago at 11:30 p.m. On our way home, I told them about my nightmare. They comforted me. Don't worry, all will be fine. However, I could not shake off the feeling that I had just had a rocky start in this new country. On that day, I made a promise to myself that I would have to study English really hard. Let us talk about some tips to write an impressive narrative paragraph. To begin with, you can talk about your narrative paragraph to a friend before you start writing. Also, choose a moment that was meaningful or transformative. Read more. It helps you improve your vocabulary, your style, and helps you find your voice. Last but not the least, stay flexible. According to your story, the length of the paragraph can vary. It's time to end our session, and I'm going to end it with a task for you. There's a prompt on the screen. Try to develop it into a narrative paragraph, and remember to include all the 5 elements. Use a 3-part structure that we have talked about and make it imaginative. Happy writing. Till we meet next time. Take care.